I told you at the end of the last video, that was part one of this, that I was just going to skim on this side. So, axles in it. Let's do a little bit of a cold start. I need to check how the rear end's going to do. So, it's about 35, so I know it's not that cold, but I don't crank this car if it's much colder than this. Only got one lug nut on both drums, so it's kind of, but let's see how the rear brakes work, huh? Ran out of gas. Here's the fuel line. I almost didn't show you this because, yeah, you know, welds and stuff would be nicer if they were plug welds and stuff from the top. But what I didn't want to worry about was catching the back seat on fire, because you know, there's really nothing to keep sparks from going that way. And that back seat's made out of jute, so it would catch on fire like napalm. So I tack welded under here better. That had already been welded some, but I tack welded a little bit back there at the back. We have the hangers under it. Here's the bolts where they go. After I get the gas tank up there, I'll show you. I want to show you the gas tank here in a second, because I went ahead and put it up and bolted it up and fixed my driver's side tailpipe the best I could with the stuff I had and everything else. None of this stuff matches. Let me show you something. chevelle Auto Parts. You know, I don't really know who they are. The center and brace on this side and this piece are all chevelle. Both body mounts are old Dynacorn. And this patch is Dynacorn. That only matters because, you know, new parts don't necessarily fit that good anyway. But when you use multiple different brands to do to something with, then they fit even worse. This section and this section actually fit pretty good, but that section, this part of it was stamped crooked. And you can see here that I got it to line up here, but I could not get it to line up there. It did technically, but it was at an angle. And you could say, well, maybe that's welded in crooked. Well, it could be. Except this stuff fit. I lined up all this based off of this center section. And this part was different than the rest of them. At the time I was trying to get this stuff was at the peak of the shutdowns from the COVID. So you couldn't, it wasn't easy to get certain things, and for me at the time. So I just ended up mismatching stuff on eBay that I could find, and, you know, yeah, it would have been nice to have had matching pieces, but you're never going to see this. Other than the people on this video and the video that I'm going to be showing soon, where I'm going to be fixing all this mess, or make it look like it's all fixed. You know, it's not going to be a very visible thing, because the car's not going to have its trunk open at car shows. Another reason that I don't want to open the trunk, if you go back and watch, you can see that this car had been back halved. Well, they cut out all that stuff, and I didn't have all of it. And you can't get to the brace that runs up to the roof with the quarter skins on it, with complete quarters, because, I mean, wheel tubs, because those came off of another car. They were used. All this stuff came out of different cars and stuff. So I had to brace the trunk, the roof, into this right on a body mount on both sides. And when I get done patching up a little bit on the trunk floor in the next video or so, I'm going to run a brace from roughly here to there on both sides, and tie the hinges into that brace, and probably come up with a way to put gas shocks or something on that trunk lid so it can hold itself up. So I still haven't done anything about my vent. I am considering blocking that vent and drilling a hole in the gas cap so I can vent it, because for some reason you can't buy a fucking vented gas cap anymore. Nobody has any. I've got the fuel line hooked up. I ran my own fuel line up to the front of the car. That is 3/8 OD copper. And I just ran it to there, and now you see we got this line going into there. I didn't hook up the fuel gauge because I don't have the wire, and it's not really like it would work anyway, but I figure I should be able to run a wire on the top of that tank back to the back where it's supposed to be, and then up through, I think, that hole, or possibly that hole. Yeah, there's plenty of holes, but I've got this in. It's all bolted up. Those bolts, I ended up with $2 in the bolts. And yeah, I may end up being proved wrong on this, but I really don't see a reason to spend $25 on a set of reproduction bolts when really Tractor Supply has them, So, also, this, I tried for a long time to come up with a fuel door, and I couldn't. Used. So I got on the eBay and I looked up fuel doors, for this. The correct one was, at the time I looked for it, the correct one for this was $60. That one was 15 plus 5 shipping. It's a 69 Camaro fuel door. That's the difference right there. The upper hole was the original hole. I hope you liked the video, and please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And I'll see you again next time.